The Prime Minister, Mr. Singh, committed to expand options Canadians currently have to cast their ballots, and this bill seeks, amongst other measures, to add 2 more days of advance voting, to make the Vote on Campus program permanent, and take steps towards voting at any polling station in a voter's riding. The bill also proposes to offer dedicated on-site voting for voters living in long-term care homes and enhancements as well to the increasingly popular and accessible vote-by-mail process. It was certainly our hope. Mr. Singh and the Prime Minister very much wanted to have a 3-day voting period. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday would be the election period. And voting anywhere in a constituency would allow, obviously, greater access to the polls, to voting for people in a riding. The principal objective, as I said, was to improve access to ballots, improve the ability of Canadians to participate in the electoral system. Elections Canada identified some reasonable concerns around the technology, for example, with somebody voting anywhere in a particular polling station in an electoral district. There would have to be software developed and things like iPads available, for example, at these polling stations that would allow people to immediately be removed from the voters list if they exercise their right to vote in a particular polling station. The compromise solution with which we thought was important to put in place now was greater access and easier access to what are called transfer certificates, which would allow, it's a mechanism that I wasn't aware of. Elections Canada talked to Daniel and me about this. We thought it was an important first step, but we very much want Elections Canada to come back in a prescribed timeline in the legislation with a path to getting to this voting anywhere in a constituency. Obviously, our concern is always around the integrity of the electoral system. And again, with respect to a 3-day voting period, these were concerns that Elections Canada properly raised with us around the ability of being able to find suitable locations. For example, in some cases on advance polls on a weekend, they could be in religious facilities associated with a parish or a religious community. On weekends, sometimes they could be in a school, but not on Monday of Election Day. So Elections Canada came to us with some thoughtful sort of operational challenges, and there's a real concern around the world, we've seen it in other jurisdictions, around the potential use of deep fakes, artificial intelligence creating deep fakes that can have a very serious impact on an election. It's certainly something that the security services talk to me about in terms of strengthening our ability to resist foreign interference in the electoral context. Recognizing that this is a complicated space, the idea was to give the Commissioner of Elections, an independent person responsible for the application of the elections law,